Hi everyone. Hello, hello. How are we doing, folks? We're backsies. Hi. Hope everyone's doing good. We're back with more Apollo Justice. Let's just hop right on into it, shall we? Well. Hi. Hi guys. Hi. Right. So, recap. Did we ever find out the name of the victim? Oh yeah, it was Palmeractus. So, Palmeractus died, age 46, male. Estimated time of death was June 14th between 10:15 p.m. and 10:45 p.m. Cause of death, damage to brain resulting from a bullet wound. And the points of interest, entry point was the Wright temple. I'm sure that'll be very important. What do we got for evidence? We've got a map of the area. There was like a bunch of things stolen, and Phoenix Wright got hit by a car. We got a bowl that will probably be useful somehow. We got Trucy's panties. Yep, very important, very important. We got a cute little cell phone. No idea whose cell phone. It was found under this car. We got the mirror torn off of the car, covered in paint. We got some fingerprint powder, which is probably not evidence. Probably just a tool. But could be evidence, I don't know. We got a shiv that has Walkie's fingerprints. Walkie's our defendant. Okay. And we got the noodle stand. Mr. Eldoon's noodle stand. Wow! That's crazy. I guess I never examined this. Huh? Look at this, Apollo. Mr. Eldoon spelled his name backwards on this side. I think that says noodle. As in Eldoon's noodles. Huh. Oh, I get it. So the name of his store is the same whether you read it forward or backwards. Yeah, I guess it would be. Well, except for the last S. Then how about a store called T-Meat? Close, but that would be Tame Mayet backwards. And what kind of store is that? Why, a store that sells meat. It's not meat unless it's T-Meat. Okay. Eldoon. Noodle. Fine. Alright. Wait. What's his menu? Menu. Ramen, rice ball. That's awesome. And we got bloomers. Oh! I didn't even see that in the back. These bloomers sure have a distinct design. You certainly know who they belong to at a glance. That way she doesn't have to write her name on them. Genius. I would think writing your name would be easier than drawing a plum blossom. And then we got our people. We got Phoenix Wright, a pianist who can't play a lick, formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. We got Trucy Wright, future stage magician in training, apparently the daughter of Phoenix Wright. Dr. Hickfield, unfortunately, he's back. A suspicious-looking fellow, though he apparently is Mr. Wright's physician. We got Plum Kataki, wife to the 4th Kataki family boss, busy cleaning up paint spilled by her front gate. We got Guy Eldoon, proprietor of the noodle stand, Eldoon's Noodles, once stolen stand found. We got Alida Tialda, woman who requested that I defend her fiancé. We got Clavier Gavin, star prosecutor, lead in a gold record-selling band, and Mr. Gavin's younger brother. Hi. Anyway, Emma Skye, back again, head detective on the case, obsessed with forensic science. Her mood is touchy. We got Winfred Kataki, 4th boss of the Kataki family, Walkie's father, wears an apron, don't ask. We got Walkie Kataki, the defendant, heir to the Kataki family empire, and Alida Tiala's fiance, and I keep wanting to call him Paul. Palmeractus, the victim, director of the Maractus Clinic, died pulling the noodle stand. Alright. The court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. Alright. So, you, son, are the defendant Walkie, are you? I ain't your son, old man. You step to Kataki, you best be prepared to step strong. He's so adorable. Oh, hi, Clavier Gavin. Hi, I didn't see there. I didn't practice my German in the break between this stream and the last. You step to a public official. You'd best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him. Walkie sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about. Well then, the court will now hear testimony on the defendant's motive. From the defendant himself. Let's do this. Let's go. Walkie Kataki's truth. I'll tell you one thing. That doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my OP something bad. And then he just lets me go. Without a word. See you later. Bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? You're saying you were one of the victim's patients? A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street, true that. I tell you one thing, that doc was whack. Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all this. Hi, Shumpy! Hi, Shumpy, how are you? Hi! Hello! Someone had to show him what's what. By someone, you mean... Was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor? Besides you, I mean. I'm putting Micah's birthday present together. Oh, nice. Nice. And I have a sunburn. Not nice. That's not cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm getting him a present. Rip about that sunburn, though. Very not nice. Oh, otherwise I'm good. Oh. Was there anyone with a score to settle with this doctor besides you, I mean? Lawyer time! Yes, lawyer time. You better ask somebody else, Holmes. What do I care? I made up my own mind, did what had to be done. Straight gangsta style. Okay. But why are you so mad at this doctor? Yo, sit back and listen while I drop it, G-Man. J-Man, not G-Man, J-Man. This clinic about half a year ago, he messed up my ops. So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor. Sorry. He's so pretty. Can you explain precisely what was wrong? We had a little run-in with the Rivales family. That's when I pulled a jack move. Whoa. And ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So you were carried to the Maractus Clinic from there? Apparently, he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart and he's still alive? That's crazy. What? I can catch bullets between my teeth. That's awesome, Jersey. Thank you. But I never learned how to catch them with my heart. The bullets stopped just short of my thumper, you know what I'm saying? Dude shouldn't be a little not living. Yeah, he should be a little, you know, not alive. A little not right here, right now. I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet. So as you say, the surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. Then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. A little, if you will. A little, skull emoji. What do you mean he just let you go without a word? But what do you think it means? It's whack, that's what. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. It sounds as though Herr Doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me. So I gotta get another doctor patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? You went to his pad? Did you have an appointment to meet with the victim? In the park, perhaps? You out of your mind? Who makes an appointment to get the drop on someone? I came ready to fight my way into that clinic of his. Shortest way to the clinic from my place is through that park, know what I'm saying? He's right, that does seem to be the shortest path. There I was, cold walking through the park. When he comes popping up out of nowhere right before my eyes. I figured someone up on a high was looking out for me, know what I'm saying? This sounds bad right from the get-go. Well, there won't be any get-go if we don't get some more information. Stop reading my thoughts. Right, first, gather the facts. Time enough for despair later. Okay. So this bullet is still... You know it, I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles. Hey, Matt! Hey! Hi, thank you for the sweet sub. Girls only stream, no boys, just the gang. You know it. No, Matt, this is a different guy. This is a different guy. You're thinking of Christoph. This is Clavier. Yeah. Thank you for the resub. Yeah, look. This is a different guy. He's younger. He's 24. He's Mr. Gavin's younger brother. They got lazy. They're brothers. Star prosecutor leading a gold record-selling band and Mr. Gavin's younger brother. No, he's younger and he doesn't have glasses and he's got an earring and he's got a... Yes, unfortunately, it is. He's not. He's not. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. This is the victim, Palmeractus. Unfortunately, this guy's still around and he's still a creep, as usual. I hate this game. Honestly, they should just kill him off. Or at least make him a murderer and just get rid of him already. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles. Oh, well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. But yeah, I totally got the 5-pound notey and I was like, oh yeah. Word, J-Man. Weren't no accident, that's for shizzle. But I don't mind because you're the goat for real. Aw, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. Seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. This Walkie guy is cool. He is cool. He's the defendant. He's awesome. I love his design so much.
Chin up, Apollo. Back straight.
But why did this mistake only come to light that day? He's taken? Damn. Sorry. So sorry. So sorry. He's got a fiance. It was found during the family health checkup. The family checkup? That was the wackest thing of all. All us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, Bizoy. Bizoy. A relief to hear. What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. I'm sure they're cute together, and I hope they live a long life. What? Yes, Herr Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life. No way! That's whacked! There is proof. Your checkup report. Results from a checkup performed in June. Metallic object found near heart. How ironic that you would kill the man capable of helping you. Patient's name, Walkie-Kataki, age 19, male. Report file, June 14th. Notes, metallic object found near heart. Urgent exam needed. You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up, yeah? Time to hear from the witness.
Walkie sure is quiet all of a sudden.
I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Who's this guy? So, you will tell us your name and occupation. Why does he look like this? Who is this? My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you refer to the profits of society at large and sports a livelihood, on which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to the notion of occupation. And once we've accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not just gestalt per se, but derives from the fact that great vagueness is inherent in the... Who in the world? By which he means to say that he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, hey. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my... Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime, not psychology. You say that Homo sapiens and they designed to receive and interpret data, sending images in the form of signals. Oh my gosh. They faded to black with his rambling. Oh my gosh. That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. Has anyone watched Dairy Girls? Because this guy reminds me of the uncle. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man holding the stand. Oh my gosh. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Nope. No, it didn't. No, it did not. Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not. The stand? The stand. The noodle stand. That was stolen from Mr. Guy Eldoon here. Oh, not Jojo. The pistol our witness refers to is this. Whoa, 3D model! Yeah, we upgraded in this game. The court accepts this into evidence. Weapon left at the crime scene. 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were wiped. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. 2 rounds were fired. Alright. Yeah, here's all our evidence. We have a bowl. We've got Trucy's panties. We got a cell phone. We got a mirror. We got fingerprint powder. We got the autopsy report. We got a knife. We got a noodle stand. We got Plum Kataki's bloomers. We got Waukie's checkup report and a pistol. What? What do you mean go back? There was nothing wrong. What? What's up? I have a few questions. Is it about the fingerprint powder? You should have been here yesterday. They kept making drug jokes. Why would a bowl be evidence? It's got the noodle mascot on it. Yeah. We got a map. Got my attorney's badge. Yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure in the autopsy report it says bullet to the right, single bullet to the right temple. Okay, yeah, same thing about the 2 pairs of underwear. Well, Trucy's were stolen. And that was our job. Our original job was to find hers. And then also Miss Plum Kataki, hers were stolen too, and we found hers. We found hers in a trash can, and we found Trucy's in the muffler of a car. It's a prop for performing magic. It's a prop for performing magic. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness?
That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before.
Oh, don't tell me this guy's the one that stole them. The night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. The man who understand another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim and the defendant. In his hand he held a pistol. Shot, hit the man, pulling the sand from the front, square in the forehead. No, he was hit in the temple. Right temple.
Objection!
Phew. That's all of it. I think I have a chance. Is that you relaxing, I see? Herr Justice. Huh? Objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice.
Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet.
Right. Look at this! The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right. Is his last name actually Justice? Yeah, it is. It 100% is his last name. Dedicated. He was he was born into the world. He's like, I know my purpose. I don't like this guy's objection. Yeah. Yes. The problem is the location of the entry room. Whoa. The location? You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? He was born with his cutie mark. Yeah, he was. He was born with his cutie mark. Oh, I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First understand that when I say square, I mean not geometrical. What do I mean by this? For example, the definition of the wavelength of light emitted by a krypton particle, as we know. In addition to well-known fact, the krypton particles are which points out to a basic fallacy of Mr. Justice? Yes? Was your objection to these krypton particle things? This is the big time, and you are obsessed with something so small? You disappoint me.
No, I'm obsessed with something big.
I bet you are, Apollo Justice. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple. Temple? I don't see a temple. Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? He's so adorable. Apollo's animations are so cute. It is, right? Finally.
Objection!
Oh. Herr Justice. Oh, Herr Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated. Trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? Gasp! Don't talk about him like that. Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Oh, what was that? Hey, hair forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, hair forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop!" Would you? Would you really? I wouldn't. And you, Foylen?
Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!"
And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? If the victim turned his head at the last moment, oh. Oh yes, thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds like an addendum to the testimonies required. I personally wouldn't get involved if I saw someone pointing a pistol at another person. I would get out of there. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. "Cease this at once, you two!" I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out, whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. I would be backing away as quietly as possible. Yeah. I have such a strong sense of justice that I would get involved. Charge in, I'll hear like jump in between the bullet. No! Get away from her. I see. So you attempted to stop the crime? Indeed. With composure.
Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that.
That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer would have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report. That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness, not the witness. A Night in the Park 2. Oh. Shot once, but the pistol was shot twice, is the thing. Yeah, 2 rounds were fired.
Objection!
Wait a second. Tisk tisk. Another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say? A second? Oh god, he's gonna go on another tangent. Are we intended to wait just that, a single second, 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes 35 seconds. Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. Am I to understand you are objecting to the length of a second? Yes, I mean, no! Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. A common ploy made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran.
That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gum for prints.
The little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song there. Gloves. I'm not little. She's literally wearing gloves too. Like what? People wear gloves? That's crazy. Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fräulein? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves?
Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo.
She did it. No, Trucy, how could you? Well, Mr. Justice, could the killer have been wearing gloves? No. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. Fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained. Why is she dressed like that actually? Because she's a magician. Look at her. She's a future stage magician in training, and also apparently the daughter of Phoenix Wright. Is she magic? Wait, right! Whoa! Whoa! Crazy! He named his daughter Trucy. Yeah, he did. And not, to be fair, I don't know if he named her. I think she's adopted. Truth C. I think it is. I think that's supposed to be a joke, like Truth C, seeing the truth. I don't think he named her though. I think she's adopted. Cause she's 15. That's a terrible joke. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained. Which contradicts your testimony. No handbrake. Oh god. Not again. We're leaving that in the past. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. But why did he do that? That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. Zesty. And the pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds like solid proof to me. Well, Air Forehead, any of your precious objections?
What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work.
You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say.
What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said?
Huh? Isn't what obvious?
When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Milwaukee drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away.
You're right.
He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong.
Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. Well, it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter in my own blood that was seized by the teacher and posted on the blackboard for all to see, and for this the appellation poem might be well prefixed to my name. Well, what we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. I wanted to hear that. It's crazy. I want to know more about that too. Does the defense have anything to say about this?
Well, if what he threw away wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else.
His knife with fingerprints on it? Judge, let him speak. It has to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be sinking. I'll wipe that smile off your pretty... Okay. Off your pretty face, Gavin. Okay, Apollo. Who we age checking? Who we age checking? Who we age checking? Who we age checking? Who are we age checking? Justice and Gavin. They're the same age. They're both like 24. They're adults, they're lawyers. That guy is not 24. Matt, you should have been here yesterday. You should have been here yesterday to see what Mr. Gavin said to our Apollo here. Upon first meeting him. Out of nowhere. Can you even become a lawyer at 24? I don't even know if that's possible. In this universe, I guess you can. To be fair, yeah, Francisco was a lawyer at 13, and Miles Edgeworth was a lawyer at 20, so who knows? Weird universe. Anyway, perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? Knife. Is that a sword? It's a knife. I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. Is this judge an idiot? Great, a slave-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? This single piece of evidence proves two important things. Is the judge sane? Not at all. Not at all. One, that the defendant what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, Herr Forehead. You're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the witness saw the defendant, Mr. Walkie-Talkie. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Yeah, but here's the thing. He didn't, so... Oh. It's actually kind of crazy. Studies show judges give lighter sentencing after eating and stuff. Yeah, it is crazy. Indeed. Ugh. Never underestimate a Gavin is the lesson here. This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. I saw that in a TikTok comment section. Don't at me. With less assuming, please. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming, yes, that's what I said, assuming. As if it were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are, assuming that my assumption is no better. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. Okay. Witness testimony from shot. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Why didn't you chase the killer? Phoenix was what, 21 to 25 in the first game? Yeah, he was I think in the first game he was 24. Yeah, he was 24. So he's 33 now. Cuz it's been 10 years since the first game, 7 years since the third game. So, I guess he was 23, 24, yeah. And the judge hasn't died yet. I know. Judge is immortal. Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? Do we not also know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have a killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I hope the judge appears in the Great Ace Attorney games. That'd be hilarious. Does it not, Mr. Justice? This guy better not be in uni solving quadratic equations. That's GCSE. I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Which way did the killer run? By that time it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kentucky mansion. Achtung! Don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. Ugh, how did he know that's where I was going? He can read my mind. Nor could I simply leave the scene and go. You were certainly composed for someone who just witnessed the killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor. Well, cool answer, very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. We're so in sync. When I stare into his big, dreamy blue eyes, it's like I can see what he's saying. Trucy looks like she has something to say. Then say it, Trucy. No one will stop you from talking. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I've witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's gonna cry. Trucy, just talk. You don't have to bite your tongue. Just talk, Trucy. It's okay. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think there would be few people around in the park. So we just stood there watching? Not much to go on there. Trucy, talk. It's okay. Trucy, if you've got something to say, by all means, say it. Thank you for the hydrate. Ugh, I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Has enough at last, forehead. Maybe it's time to back off a bit? I guess. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It appears there are no objection to the witness's current testimony. There are a number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer was wearing gloves which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. No! No! It seems we've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. There you, forehead. I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Waki Kataki. Uh-oh. Oh. Trucy? Oh my god! What is happening? Trucy? Why is she being... What is happening? What is happening right now? Nobody move! What's the meaning of this? Who are you? Why are you so not phased? There will be no verdict in this court, not yet. Wait, are you one of the Katakis? The Katakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Oh my god, what is happening? Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? Someone help her, maybe? Where are the bailiffs with the guns? Someone shoot this guy? What? This court will not bow to the pressure from the likes of... Air Judge. He's so not fair. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess. 20 minutes or I promise you'll regret it. What? Wait!
How did he disappear so fast?
What just happened?
Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo.
I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man. In the court of law? Yeah, sure, let's say in our progress. Trucy just got kidnapped by a murderer in the middle of court. Yes, I will bow. June 16th, 11:17 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Trucy! Trucy! You move quick, Apollo. Good show, good show. Oh, Trucy? Trucy? You're okay. I thought... Oh, he's crying. Oh.
Don't cry, Apollo.
Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There's some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges.
Wait, just calm down, Apollo.
Or else... What? Oh my god. What is that? What the heck is that?
Surprise! This is one of my best tricks, the amazing Mr. Hat.
You look marvelous, darling. Oh, your Twitch is out. I'm lagging out of my mind. I don't think that's you. I think that's me. My frames are dropping. It's not you guys, it's me. My frames are dropping. Mr. Hat's killing my frames. It's not y'all, it's not y'all, it's me. Yeah, I don't know why my frames are dropping right now. They just keep dropping. Yeah, I don't know why they're dropping so much. Maybe oh, they keep going up. They keep going up. I'm so sorry. Let me know if it gets super bad. I don't think it will because it keeps going up. We're at 8% drop frames. Don't know what's causing it. Checking task manager and stuff, but like, there's nothing that should be causing it. This delay is crazy. I'm watching it back on my phone. I'm like, this delay is crazy right now. That happened like 10 minutes ago. This is a test for the watch back. Okay, so I think the delay fixed itself. It'll probably go back. Let me know if it gets weird again.
He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar.
Yes, I am a big hit.
Well, what do you think? Do you like it?
You mean, Trucy, there are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges.
Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here.
Huh?
Remember what you said to Walkie's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son.
But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do?
Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I could use my talent to stop that from happening, I will.
I can't believe Mr. Hack killed the stream. Wesley Stickler, age 22. That man is not 22. Junior in science at Ivy University. The witness, a man concerned with truth. Trucy, no more staged abductions, please.
I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling.
Hey, Apollo can do that too. That's also his magic power.
It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got.
You can see what he's feeling?
Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times.
All the times there was a contradiction? I remember. Well, I think I remember them, sure.
There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in. And each time there was a contradiction.
In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene.
He said the man tossed aside a pistol. But it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction.
Well, that's true, but how does that help us?
Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit.
Is it the book?
Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner of the page in his book.
How am I supposed to see that?
Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker?
What? That's great.
I always sat next to Daddy during big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling.
Oh, so Trucy has the same kind of like power thing as me. You mean that's how Mr. Wright won all those games? Trucy is the true criminal mastermind here. She is. She 100% is.
It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. And I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long.
Yeah, it's going up again. I don't know. I don't know why. Great, so he cheated. But what does that do for us? I don't believe this.
You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth.
Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? We gotta do your magic power, Apollo. The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose.
Not true. Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo.
Mr. Wright said that? Does he think I'm cool? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. Is she serious? Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo. Wait, what was it that she said before the trial started? Mr. Wright's not here today?
He said his old foot injury was acting up. Yeah, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy.
Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. Yeah. Let's do it.
Apollo.
You know, I'm starting to think I can do this. It's like it's my job or something.
I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing.
Oh, hi, Mr. Hat.
Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can. Then stop pulling him out.
I just flew in from the coast, and boy are my arms tired. Right. I just realized he takes her hat when he pops out. Alright. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. I'd like to say to that young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice.
Oh, you mean me?
Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Right, him. Don't worry about him, I settled that. You settled that? I got him, I punched him, I beat him up. Yeah, it was an out-of-court settlement, right. Perhaps Fräulein would... I don't know how to say that. Oh my god, I'm gonna Google it. I don't know that word. Fräulein? It's like young lady, I think. Fraulein, I'm assuming? Fräulein. Perhaps Fräulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right?
I think he's on to me.
I wish he would stop being so cool. Okay, Apollo, okay. Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness? Right, the defense would like to request another cross-examination, but because I forgot to ask something. Apollo. There was no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor.
Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
Thanks for reminding me. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Okay, so that's the line. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. So let's use our magic powers on that one. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all.
Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot.
Focus. If only it were that easy. My ears hear what he says. My eyes see his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? What's this? My bracelet? Whoa! The bracelet gives him his power! What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow.
I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony.
I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something. Hold on, Trucy. I gotta talk to my bracelet. Alright. Do I have a bracelet button? Called immediately after witnessing the murder? My lawyer senses are tingly. The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them?
Wait, Apollo! This has to be it.
Wait, you mean his habit?
Yeah. Don't forget, Apollo.
Yeah, we know.
When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
You've said it like 80 times. I got it, Trucy. The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for his habit. I don't know how I know, but I know.
Know what?
It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? Oh, it got bracelet button now. I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy, but I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet's the way to go. Okay, just need to touch my bracelet with Y as it reacts to the testimony. Whoa! Yeah! Oh, that was sick. Wait, that's cool. What's going on? Apollo, we've done this before in the tutorial. I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else.
Apollo?
Trucy, what's happening to me?
This is what I meant by focusing.
Focusing.
In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does.
That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out.
Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it, right?
Sure, when he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page of his book.
You got it! Right now you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out.
Apollo is high. I'll bet they are.
First, move your focus of attention down to Mr. Stickler's
hand. Nowhere else, Apollo. His hand. His hand? My man's just learning to focus for the first time. He just took his Adderall. He's like, my ADHD is cured. His hand.
You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place.
She's right. I can only see his face like this. Time to try changing my viewpoint. Oh dear.
Perfect. Now you're ready.
Ready for what?
Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch.
Perceive?
Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. And watch for his habit.
Right, you mean when he fiddles with the page?
That's right. That's your signal to look closer, to perceive with
Why?
find his weak spot, and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush.
Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter.
I'm a magician, thank you very much.
So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers?
Don't worry if you miss it. You can always try again.
Right, and look out, nervous Twitch. Here comes justice. Ergo, I use my cell phone
Gotcha!
to call the police. Did you use your cell phone, Mr. Stickler? I saw it just now. I could see it. Mr. Justice, do you have something to say? Oh, this banging of desks is quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why'd you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone? What are you talking about? I'm curious now about the cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask? What to ask? What model is your phone? Oh, wait, is this his phone? Ooh. As for his number, as to see his, let's see your phone. Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone. Why? Whatever for? Show me and you'll find out. Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see. You don't have it? Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone? No! Where did you get that?
That's the phone from yesterday.
Look, a cell phone.
Someone dropped it beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure.
Wonder if it belongs to the doctor here? How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment? Wait a moment, what is the meaning of this? This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. The Maractus... Why, that's where the victim lived. He lived in the garage? That's impossible. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone's here, how could you have called the police? Got him. It's true. I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. A payphone? So you didn't call in your cell phone after all? Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here. That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can only be one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage. That means he's the murderer. Lock him up. Whoa, why? What are you saying? I've seen how Mr. Wright does it. Clearly, you're the murderer. Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells all. But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime. As though I were trying to kill him. Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night, so I guess you did. Lock him up. Well, yes, but no, this line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true, I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night. Well, Mr. Justice, if that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder, it does raise considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime.
Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime.
Well, he's already connected enough. I just gotta prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Probably. Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Yeah, probably. Of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger, Air Forehead. Hit it. Oh, anytime, Mr. Gavin, anytime. Name the time and place. The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. Here? Right now? Yes, Your Honor. The evidence that proves the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder is, this bowl. Oh, the mirror, right? Because the car was parked in the garage that night, but it was also out, and it also hit Mr. Wright. That's a side view mirror. As it so happens, Dr. Maractus's car was in an accident. That took place the night of the murder. An accident? He hit this ex-lawyer. His name's Phoenix Wright. That's his daughter right there. An accident. It happened a little after 9 p.m., just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus's car hit a pedestrian. Well, what are you trying to say? From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in the garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped it in that garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Mr. Stickler, you know what this means? You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected, Mr. Justice. Are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Pal Maractus? I keep wanting to call him Paul. Pal Maractus. No, stop, this is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Pal Maractus. That is, other than this. I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Is the witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That's the face of guilt. Let's get him, Trucy. Pew. Pew. Sticklers. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer of the victim to stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage. Yes, well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it along the road, you know. Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. His eyes are all wobbly. They are.
His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually.
Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem. I hope. Here comes justice. Here comes justice. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. Must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. When I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand.
Hold it!
Did you know? This part of the testimony is the key. I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Just for giggles, I want to press him about the noodle stand. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that was it. Okay. So, it said noodle? So you saw it from this side? Okay. For remembering something quite well, it sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice? What about that sign? Could that be important? Yeah, I bet it is. I was doing it just for giggles, but you know what? It actually turned out to be important. So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle? It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria. Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles. I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself. I understand that I'm calling it said noodle. No.
Objection!
And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that. It read without a doubt, noodle. I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand and to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldunes. Eldune, inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely noodle for sure, positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said noodle, and I guess he saw it right. He just must have saw it from the other side. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What? Mr. Justice, show us the spot. The witness actually viewed the stand from this location. I guess here? North? The witness was standing here, on the opposite side. How do you know that? When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Eldunes, as we know. However, observe the other side of the stand. Oh, this sign says noodle. Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and back signs. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. Oh, you got me?
Objection!
So what? So what? What does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you'll end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change?
It changes everything, Apollo.
Trucy?
Remember his testimony from before? Though to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading.
Yeah, you couldn't have... because if he yelled to the victim would have turned his head the other way.
The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then, at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point the victim turns his head to look. And the killer fires his pistol. Pew! That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple.
But if he was on the other side, it would have hit his left temple.
No contradictions, right?
Right? But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park,
that reverses the whole scenario.
Yes, let's go through the animation again.
Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, pew! The bullet would have to hit his left temple.
Oh!
In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible.
That's right.
So now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning.
Indeed. You are absolutely correct, Fräulein. What meaning?
The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north.
North? Ah! But that's where the witness Wesley Stickler was standing.
Correct. So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself.
No! Order! Order! Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Just flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Just everyone's doing Apollo's job for him in these games.
Objection!
Oh. Clarify one point for me if you would. If you would, Herr Forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing these college students of murder? Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. Just can't picture him as the real killer. No, please, looks aside, I'm a really nice guy. Hey, all my friends say so. They say you should be on that Reddit, r/nice guy. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are you gonna do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? Accused of murder? Accused of another crime? No. Oh, I think I know where he's going with this. I think he did another crime. I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why now. The word confession isn't in my dictionary. Tisk, Herr Forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate Herr Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now. For a crime other than murder? Your reason? The court's all ears. I know he's guilty of something. What crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime? I bet we do. I think I know where this is going, unfortunately. Your evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in a crime. I don't know. Are you, perhaps, Mr. Stickler, one to steal women's panties? Yep. The evidence is this. What is that? Women's underwear?
Hey, those are mine.
Uh-huh. Okay. Don't look at me like that! Order, order, order! Mr. Stickler, while I can't say this comes as a shock, it's not what it seems. By Pythagoras' theorem, I should... On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage. Aha! Incidentally... Oh my god, it's all connected. How old is Stickler? Well, he's in college, so... Oh. I think he's like 20-something. 22. She's 15. Reminder, she's 15. Presumably he was trying to hide, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the 1st degree. I can't believe. Please hear me out, it's not what it looks like. Order, order, order! Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it seems. Oh my god, he died. Please, I want an explanation. So are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? This is raising more questions, though. Just a bit. My dad just said skibbity over and over like 8 times on an emoji. I need a safe space. I'm so sorry, Matt. I'm so sorry. Run away. Perhaps you are not aware that my school's name was originally written I-V. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, C? Your point? I'm not done. Now I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery? Come on, you're talking about the girl's pants here. No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. Okay, this guy needs to stop. From the moment he needs to stop talking. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate. For science. A full-size car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed. A tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First there was the tire, then a stew pot and a frozen chicken. Okay, so he wanted to steal them because he wanted to know how she did the magic. The magic trick of pulling stuff out of them. Okay, I got it. Not that creepy, but still weird. One mystery after another, it was magic.
Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar.
Huh?
He's talking about my magic panties trip.
Okay. It's completely reasonable, of course. I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties and mocks the very laws of physics. A broom? And a frozen chicken, Trucy. Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object for serious study. I wonder. There has been a recent rush of panty snatchings in the area. Were they all you? I am sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought maybe this would be the pair that elucidates even the night as she chased me through the streets, I wept tears of joy. Perhaps this is the night I will seize the truth of the lies beneath. Yet woe was I, for once again a lacy heart. Okay. Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. You refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but it was in fact in the north. Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that? Be my guest, Hair Forehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then, did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea?
Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there,
Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location? Do I? Oh, because these were found in the trash can? The evidence that shows why he lied is this. What? More panties? How many panties are you carrying in your pocket, hair forehead? These are the last, honest. These were found in the trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood. Mr. Stickler, you didn't. Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties. So these panties are your handiwork as well? The night I had been chased, hounded into the Maractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while, then abandoning the panties I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on a clothesline by a giant mansion. A giant pair of panties. Apparently he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you disposed of the bloomers. Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one that had to be borne. A fascinating, if disturbing tale. I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close. And I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial. One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Regardless of where we ended up today, some vital points were made. Namely that the defendant, Walkie-Talkie, was at the scene of the crime. And he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Walkie-Talkie has a clear motive. Indeed, the defendant, Walkie-Talkie, is still the prime suspect in this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else at the scene at the time. Yet a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and the prosecution. Yeah, baby. No problem. Very well. This brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned.
Guys, I think the prosecutor's hitting on me.
Alright. Back to investigating. What a train wreck that was. I'm glad we made it out of that trial alive.
Really? I had fun. And Walkie made it through the day too.
Everyone was too obsessed with panties to bother with the real case.
But it was a good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mr. Hat. Please don't break my stream again.
The amazing Mr. Hat will be making an appearance.
Hi, folks. I'll be here all week. That's about enough of him.
Hello?
Oh, I forgot about her.
Ah, Miss Tiala. Thank you for today.
The trial went well. Oh, right. No problem.
Do you think Walkie will be okay?
Well, he's not guilty yet. Please, you have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month. Oh, congratulations. Way to put the pressure on a guy. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Marriage. Let's get married. Are you sure about marrying into the Kataki family? I'm fine with it. And I love Waki with all my heart.
Aw, that's so sweet.
So it doesn't bother you? So it doesn't bother you that you'll be, married to the mob?
I don't think so. My parents are against it, of course. Say, where did you and Waki first meet anyway?
Good question. This Tiala doesn't look like the type to have gangster connections.
Oh, we met at my old job, actually. Ah, office romance.
She's not very forthcoming with information about herself, is she? Alright, the Katakis. Did you know that the boss is trying to get out of the business? Really? Mr. Kataki wants to quit being a gangster? He's trying to transfer his assets into a normal company. He only announced it recently, out of the blue. I hear there's quite a lot of confusion in the ranks. I wonder if this explains that apron. I can't imagine Waki going along with that. He's highly motivated, isn't he? That's not the word I would have used. He said, I'll be the next big boss and keep the family alive. I think he's at that age when boys want to make a mark on the world. That's not the way I would have put it. His father moves in a lot of circles. He's really focused on profits. The Kataki family's been making a killing recently. Oh, I bet. I bet they have. Again, not the way I would have put it. Kawaki says it's not about the money. They have the gangster tradition to uphold.
Ooh, a generation gap. They've even got the ever-classic, what about the family business thing going.
Usually it's the father worried about tradition. Can I ask you a question about Waki? I understand he was operated on by the victim, Dr. Maractus. Apparently, yes.
I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again.
Yes, it sounded horrible. Waki has always been fond of fighting, I'm afraid. I'm not sure it qualifies as fighting when pistols are involved.
Mr. Gavin was saying his life might be in danger, wasn't he?
No, that can't be right. I'm sure he was just trying to scare us.
It's scary to think that a surgeon might make a mistake. But it's even scarier when he tries to hide it.
I'd like to know a little more about this operation. Maybe it's time to pay the Maractus Clinic a visit. I should be getting home now. Waki's in your hands, Mr. Justice. Right. Leave it to me.
Apollo, I think you're only making her more nervous. Sorry, I'm new at this, okay?
It's alright. I believe in you. It's Charlie, the houseplant. They've had it for years, apparently.
That's Mr. Charlie to you. He's been here longer, after all.
Right. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie. He was raised by a tribe of heathens.
She's saying something to the plant as she waters it.
Mr. Charlie forgives you this time.
Is there anything else I might do to please his high leafiness? Let's see if Phoenix is out. Alright, yeah, he's not here right now.
Looks like Waki's out for questioning.
Dang it. I really need to talk to him. Guess we'll come back later. Excuse me? Oh, yeah? The other suspect is all through with questioning, sir.
The other? Ah, you mean the panty snatcher?
Wesley Stickler. So they arrested him too? Alright, let's have a little chat with Mr. Stickler. I hope I don't regret this.
He is a valuable witness.
He is a bit precious, I'll give him that. Please keep this brief if you would. I'm quite busy. Hello. I need to finish this paper. No! It's you! Mr. Stickler, we'd like to have a few words with you. Very well, as long as they're few. Nothing would make me happier, believe me. Alright. Mr. Stickler, on the night of the murder, you stole... Wait! I can't help but feel that I'm being misunderstood. How exactly? Yes, that night I obtained a pair of panties, it's true. However, it was my burning curiosity that drove me to do it, nothing more.
You wanted to know the trick to panties, right?
You're here too? Oh, great Jersey, teach me. I must know. Oh no. The secret of your panties. My very existence hangs in the balance. Please make me your apprentice. Apollo, help! I don't know, I think you'd make a great, lovely assistant. Don't say that, Apollo. Apollo, protect her. Could you relate what you saw the night of the murder to us one more time? Why not? Though it hardly differs from the testimony I gave in court. The defendant was there in the park that night, of this I'm quite certain. He was pointing a pistol or something like that at the victim. That's when I shouted, "Stop, you two! Let's resolve this like gentlemen!" And the next moment, a shot was fired. And this is all true? Really? My panties are gone, my innermost heart revealed. What further reason could I possibly have to lie? I can't think of anything you want to hide more than panty snatching, true.
It sounds like Waki was at the scene of the crime after all.
Now I wish it weren't so. Alright. Let's move. Alright, Jersey.
If everything that panty snatcher said was true, it doesn't put Waki in a very good position, does it?
He was at the scene of the crime, that's pretty clear. There's gotta be a different angle on this.
Well, let's get investigating. No time like the present.
So, any leads?
One moment. Shazam! Alakazam!
Whoa, evidence keeps flying out of nowhere.
Ta-da! That's all. Neat, huh?
Yeah, real neat. It was awesome. Alright. Nope. Yipes, she's back. Oh, hey, you two, over here. Us?
Yo, little Plum, what's up?
I think all this gangsterese is a negative influence on Jersey. I heard you retrieve my bloomers. Well, I was just doing... Bah! A man speaks clearly and takes credit where it's due. You caught the thief, didn't you? Yeah, sorry, I caught him.
You're cute when you're nervous, Polly. I'll deal with you later.
But enough about the bloomers. What about my son, Waki? Waki? Well, he's up clearly. Yes, ma'am. This is why I was kind of hoping we could avoid coming back here.
He's really everything you'd expect him, the boss's son. I'm gonna be a gangster, dude.
Life does have an appeal at that age. Particularly for boys. What? Don't look at me like that. He was shot in a turf war about half a year ago. Yeah, we heard the story from Waki. But he didn't tell you the whole story. Okay, be back one moment.
BRB, gamers.
But he didn't tell you the whole story. You know, even if he had a pistol, that he couldn't have shot anyone.
What?
He acts like he's hard, but he couldn't shoot someone to save his life. I should know. I'm his mom. Her words do have a certain weight to them. Hopefully, when this is all taken care of, he and the boss can sort out their differences.
The boss? You mean Walkie's father?
They didn't seem to be on the best terms, did they? It's true. One of our pistols is missing.
So the murder weapon was from this mansion?
We kind of figured, given the difficulty of obtaining a gun these days. None of the rank and file have access. Only the boss, myself, and Walkie could have taken it. I see. I'm sure the cops will continue tromping all over the mansion because of this case. Maybe this is a sign that it's time for a change. She doesn't seem too concerned, at least. Alita Tiala. Yeah, Walkie's fiance. They're getting married next month, correct? I suppose she's been staying over lately.
You don't look too happy about that little plum.
How'd you guess? Even I couldn't tell that. Could you tell us more about her? Walkie brought her home one day. Says he wants to tie the knot.
I can see why. She's so pretty.
Oh, she's pretty enough. But you know... Nah, it's probably just me being suspicious. Stay in this business too long, and you start to only see darkness in people. You get a nose for it. A nose for people, a nose for trouble. Wonder what the problem is.
It's like a gangster's only version of female intuition.
The boss may act tough, but that boy means the world to him. Walkie seems like he's against his father's position. Oh, it's to be expected. We're in a bit of a transition now, trying to cut our ties to the shadier side of the street and do more of the up and up. Walkie isn't too enthusiastic about the change, it's true.
Why the change? Is the gangster thing just not paying the bills?
It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. Let's see. Something must be up. You'll see things the way the boss sees them someday. Alright. I wanted to see if we use the slippers now.
This trash can. This is where we found the mirror.
Come to think of it, wasn't there something else in here? Something near the bottom? Look at the paint on these. That means these must have ended up in here after Mr. Wright's accident.
Maybe they're connected? Let's pick them up.
Slipper added to the court record. Okay, so we just get to keep both now?
We could have had both before.
Alright. Let's go see if we can get into the clinic. Maybe Clavier can get us in.
Hey, it's Mr. Eldoon. Oh, Mr. Eldoon. What's wrong?
So you found my stand. That's why I'm here to thank you.
Ah.
But now it's a crime scene and they won't let me have it back. That's also why I'm here. I got no other place to go. I see. How can a noodle stand be a crime scene? That's what I don't get, Trucy doll. Oh. Even in death, he's after my neck, I tell ya. Bah! Can't even cook an honest noodle. So sad. So sad. He?
Even in death? You mean the victim, Dr. Maractus?
I tell ya, it's enough to drive a man to make his soup even saltier. Remind me never to eat his noodles when he's in a bad mood. Alright, what's up? What's up, man? That stand for generations that served up the very best noodles us Eldoons could make. A tradition of noodles and salty broth. This more than a stand. It's history, I tell ya. Watch what you say or it might come true.
That's a great story, Mr. Eldoon. A single stand passed down from generation to generation.
Of course, to be honest, I didn't plan on doing it.
That's right, you said something about that. About you rebelling against your pops, was it?
Good memory, Trucy doll. Why do you hate Mr. Eldoon? Why? I was a go-getter back in my day. He's just living his best life with his noodles and his dog. Until my friend next door butted in. In the end, I was left with nothing but this dusty old stand to earn my fortune. Mr. Eldoon, I don't mean to pry, but what exactly did you do before you became a chef? Bah! Let old noodles lie, that's what I say. Starting to get an idea of what he did anyway. He stole my dreams and left me with nothing but noodles. And now I don't even have that. Mr. Eldoon, if I might ask, what exactly happened between you and the Maractus Clinic? I couldn't help but sense enmity there. Enmity, I hate him. Or hate him, him acting like he smells like roses when he's rolling in mud. Excuse me? He's the only doctor at that clinic, you know. Pretty impressive, eh? I'll tell you the secret to his success. The mob. You mean the Kataki family? They're always having one of them turf wars or whatnot. Always an injury or two that needs fixing. Maractus saw a chance for some business. So he started giving the Kataki family a good deal. A deal? Every 5th operation for free. He stole the idea from my pops. 1 free bowl of noodles a week, he used to say.
Can a doctor just decide to do that? What about the insurance companies?
Oh, no doubt it's illegal. But it got him in good with the family. Pretty soon he was getting all the business in town. Leaving me here in the dark. Up to my neck in soupy noodles. I think I figured out Mr. Eldoon's former occupation.
Can't hurt to ask, Apollo.
Oops. Mr. Eldoon, or should I say Dr. Eldoon. Figured it out, did ya? That's right, I was a doctor, a surgeon until the year before last.
So, Mr. Maractus was your rival?
You like those onions they put in the soup broth? Yeah, kinda. You take a soup, you drink some broth, those onions will find their way in there. For people who like them, why, that's just fine. For people who hate them, I hate onions. Hate them. Always sneaking in from the side, getting in the way of a good tasting spoonful. Well, that's what he was. An onion boy. That's what I called him. So, you weren't exactly friends? Ha! Me and pal Maractus. Ever since preschool, we were getting in each other's face. No matter what I did, I'm sure enough he'd come following along. Then he'd do it better than me, just blow right past without so much as a howdy. I see. That's right. I was a surgeon long before he was, you know. Then that no good onion boy comes along. Well, Trucy, looks like we found ourselves a new suspect.
Don't say that.
Thanks to him, I was forced to trade in my scalpel for a ladle. Sorry, pal. Didn't mean to weigh you down with an old man's ramblings. No, it's fine. By way of apology, you ever get yourself in a spot of trouble, you drop by. Huh? You're investigating Maractus, aren't you? Yes. Well, you want to know about a doctor? You ask a doctor, that's all I'm saying. You think of me if you need something, Trucy doll.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Eldoon.
Guess the time spent listening to him complain wasn't entirely wasted.
Oh, well, we gotta go check out this clinic, that's for sure.
Yeah, but what about the guard?
No harm in asking. Excuse me.
Hey, it's you two from yesterday. It's the same officer that was standing out by the park yesterday. Your business is over in the park, isn't it? The clinic's off limits. It's not involved.
But
What part of off limits do you not understand? Show me proof that the clinic is connected to the incident in the park or beat it. No harm in asking, no gain either. No point in sticking around here, I guess. Alright, fine, whatever. Let's go see, if Phoenix or Walkie is in. No Phoenix. Let's go see if Walkie's in. We've barely talked to Walkie. I was hoping to meet with my client. Walkie-talkie's just finished questioning. Perfect, love it. I'll bring him out.
great, finally.
Yo, sup, my little imposter.
Eek! What did you just call me?
Dazam! It's you? Sorry, G. Thought you were Lita.
My little imposter sure is a strange nickname.
It's a Clink thing. You wouldn't understand. Did I say imposter? I meant poster, like a poster, like poster girl, right?
You're going to drop part of that. Why not drop poster and just call her girl?
Cause she's so much more than that, G. She's like an angel. Fallen angel. So, what can I do you for?
You don't look so chipper today, Walkie.
Worried about your, heart condition, maybe? That was the wackiest thing of all. All us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, bazoy. A relief to hear. Eh? What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry is so close to your heart. If not attended to immediately, it could kill you. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. A man fights to protect what's valuable to him. You know what I'm saying? I miss my fallen angel. Hey, you go get a lead-up for me. You're my lawyer, aren't you? Lawyer, not gopher. So, I hear you're to be married next month? Straight up, we poured the Nupidal 40 out on the stoop. Alita hosts and apple cake, she's so fine. I think he's smitten with her in his own weird way.
I was wondering, how'd you two meet? I asked Tiala, but she was, very vague.
Huh? Well, man, if she wouldn't tell you, I best hold my tongue, you feel me?
What?
Man, what's past is past, she knows that. When I'm with Alita, I feel like there's things worth protecting out there, you feel me? My Alita, she's down with that all the way. Both of them are mum about their past.
Do you think you could tell us what happened with you and Palmeractus?
There's something you should know. We Katakis are having what you might call a feud with the Rivales family. So about 6 months back, I go into Rivales' turf packing a knife, right?
And you were shot?
Coldest thing I ever seen. One shot to the heart. But my homies weren't too late. It's a miracle that I lived. It's already considered one of the 7 wonders of the Kataki family. You know that? So you were taken to the Maractus clinic then? You should have seen their faces when they wheeled me in. You can't just let the boss's son die, you know? I'd hate to have been in that doctor's shoes. Mr. Kataki's scary enough when he's not angry.
But the bullet that hit you, it was never removed?
It's still threatening his life. That doctor, he did it on purpose. The Rivales paid him off, I'm sure of it. I need to hear more about the night of the murder. That much is clear. Life in the family is a G thing. It's about being a man. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm not up on my G things. I'm not even sure what a G thing is.
But my old man, he's gone soft. He says the old rival gang days are over. He just wants to make money.
Isn't that a good thing?
Man, there ain't no soul in making money. Better to live fast and die young for shizzle. Wait till I run the yard. Then everyone will know what time it is. That's right, OG time all the time. Represent.
Apollo, why does he keep talking about old guys?
I don't think that's what OG means, Jersey. Let's ask him about the knife. About these weapons, the pistol and the knife. They belong to the family. I snuck them out that night. So the killer, Mr. Stickler, says he saw that night was... I guess it was me. I was there after all. Ugh, we're finished.
Yo, Walkie, do you think you could tell us exactly what happened that night?
You don't beat around the bush, do you? I like your style, shorty. Alright. Actually, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while now. That is, did you do it? Did you shoot him? I don't know. Eh? The day of that checkup, when I found out about the bullet by my heart, I borrowed a gun from the family stash. Figured I'd give that doctor a taste of his own bad medicine. Uh-oh, don't like where this is going.
But you were carrying a knife, weren't you?
Oh, that? Yeah, well, never can be too careful, I say. So I'm on my way to the clinic, right? When I run into him in the park, and he's dragging this noodle stand behind him.
Wait, you didn't put him up to that? Like, you know, in the movies?
If you value your life, you'll bring the stand. Shorty, you're more whack than I am, and that's saying something.
But I was serious.
Oh, Juicy. The thing is, I don't remember what happened next all too well. You don't remember? But the way I see it, if there wasn't anyone else there that night, then I guess it probably was me who did him in. You know what I'm saying? Alright. I don't know if we're gonna get anything else out of him. Hello, Juicy. Oh.
Look at that crowd over by the park.
Probably people trying to get a glimpse of the crime scene. Why are those girls screaming?
I think I just heard one say, "Oh my god, it's him!"
Let me guess. Is Clavier Gavin over there? Yep. Wait, that motorcycle. Ah, if it isn't Hair Forehead. Prosecutor Gavin. Some fans found me on my way out. Just my luck.
Oh my god, he's so cool!
Thus the screams. New album just came out, you know. Try waving to them, they've loved it.
Oh, he's so cute!
Oh my god. They're so excited. It doesn't matter who waves at them to them, see? This is surreal. Why do lawyers have fans? Jumpy, he's also a rock star. He has a band, a rock and roll band.
So you were here investigating?
And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. What? Your hog? My motorcycle won't start, a clogged exhaust pipe.
Too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that it could break just from that.
It's my fault. I think I was using the wrong oil. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. Ah, machines. Tell me you share my angst, Hair Forehead. I ride a bicycle, actually. In any event, I'm off to the shop to get her fixed. The detective in charge of the scene isn't fond of me in any case. A detective? You mean the one in the lab coat?
Hello.
Yeah, she's in a foul mood, too. Be gentle. Off Waterheisen, baby.
Oh my god, there he goes!
I like to imagine that the lawyers in this universe have fans as well, though. It's like, oh my god, it's that lawyer!
He's so pretty! I saw him in that case that one time. I was a part of the jury.
And the forecast for the park today, gloomy skies.
Well, nothing to do but head on in. Let's hit the park, Apollo.
June 6th, Chief, People Park. Huh? Does something about this scene look different to you? I guess.
The blue tarps? Oh, the blue tarps are gone. Maybe that's it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Look over there.
The white frock detective from yesterday. She seems to be apologizing reverently to the trash can?
She's under a lot of stress. The investigation's probably not going so well.
Hey, you there! If you're going to talk about someone behind their back, do it more quietly, please.
Oh, Detective Sky, hello.
You seem as gloomy as ever.
This is miserable. Miserable.
I just got a new kid and I can't get the stuff to work. And everyone's all smiles for that glimmerous fop. Glimmerous? Does she mean Prosecutor Gavin?
More to the point, doesn't she mean glamorous? Doesn't he mean hot? Doesn't she mean hot and beautiful and the most perfect angel ever? What? Who said that?
When he walks, his shiny chains catch the sun and glimmer in my eyes. It's distracting.
Speaking of distracting,
I guess I just have to accept the fact that I lack talent.
sounds like she's trying out some sort of new forensics technique. Detective Sky, you know Mr. Wright, correct?
How do you know my daddy? I want details.
Well, he helped me out a long time ago. It was 9 years ago. You might say he saved me. Wasn't she saying something about getting involved in an accident? I can't stand it when things are vague, especially in a case. I went to study to become a forensic scientist in Europe. But you're a detective now?
Well, I failed the test. But you know, rank and title don't matter. What matters is what's inside your heart. I've always thought that too.
And my heart is full of science. That's why I bought this kit through mail order. And I'm gonna test it here before the forensics team arrives. Are you sure that's okay? Prosecutor Gavin, please tell me more about him, please. I won't lie, I'm not fond of the man. Those glamorous types always rub me the wrong way. Glamorous, right. A prosecutor should be cool of wit and furrowed of brow. Less glamorous and more simmerous, you know? No, actually I don't. Well, that and what happened 7 years ago. Prosecutor Gavin was the one who stripped Mr. Wright of his attorney's badge. Oh. What? Really? He was the one? 7 years? He couldn't have done it 7 years ago. Let me get an age check on him again. Okay, 24. Let's do some math here. That's not old enough to be a lawyer. Okay, got it. 17.
You mean you didn't know? I thought you were one of his boys.
I'm neither a boy nor one of his, but okay, Apollo. But let's see what she has to say. Okay, Apollo, pop off, love that for you. What exactly happened 7 years ago? I never actually heard the details.
Then investigate. It's better you learned it for yourself anyway.
Do you mind me asking exactly what it is you've been doing? Squatting down on the ground like that?
Ooh, you want to know, do you? Well, I splurged on a new toy.
You splurged? You mean it wasn't police issue?
What is it? I see a roller and glue?
This is a footprint analysis kit. Footprint?
It was raining on the night of the murder, which means that footprints were left. Oh, does that have anything to do with those blue tarps? Right. The ground was muddy, so I had to protect it as it was that night. Ever wanted to know exactly where someone was standing? Like your panty snatching student witness, for instance? Aha! So with that kit,
Right. What? Want to try this stuff out? Huh? Are you sure? I mean, we're sort of on opposing teams and all.
oh, well, you're friends.
And to tell you the truth, I'm not so good at doing this. Guess I'm a little clumsy. I could use your help.
Ooh, I'm good at stuff like this. I used to make magic bunnies out of paper mache.
Footprint analysis, huh? Well, should I give it a go? Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll give it a go.
That's the spirit.
Right. Allow me to explain. One moment.
She's reading the instructions for her kit.
Why does this not fill me with confidence?
First, we have to pick the footprint, or in this case, shoe print we want to analyze.
I've taken the liberty of marking all the shoe prints in the park. Alright. Well, which shoe print should we start with? If we're going to verify the defendant's account, here's the place to start. Okay. Shoe prints. Prepare to be examined.
Ooh, this is so exciting.
Right, here goes. First, pour the plaster into the print until it's full. You try it.
How am I supposed to do that?
Just press A where you want to pour the plaster. Like this. Okay. It doesn't look too hard. You run out of plaster in your beaker before you're done. You'll have to start over. Okay. Alright. Not bad. You're handier with that than you look. What's that supposed to mean?
On to the next step.
Dry the plaster until it turns white. Right. Just press A to blast it with that dryer. Okay. Yep. Alright.
There. Give it a shot.
Awesome. Love it. I love mini games. Detectiving. So fun.
Looks like it hardened nicely. Let's take a look.
Alright.
Yes, that's a good one. Next, the ink.
Ready for the next step?
Use the roller to ink just the shoe print part. Hold on to the roller tight now with A and roll it up and down. Keep going until you get enough ink on there for a good print.
Okay. Alright. Right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's take our print. Ready? Here goes.
Let's see if we get a match.
I'm assuming walkies, right? Yeah. Because that's where he would have been standing. So the shoe prints belong to Walkie Kataki after all. He was in the park on the night of the crime.
Wow, I can almost see the science at work.
Don't you love it?
Nothing feels better.
She's definitely way more into this than I am.
Just let me know if you want to do some more. I'll be here solving the case with science.
Well, that certainly brightened her mood. Detective Sky, mind if we give it another go?
Right on. Leave no print unanalyzed, I say.
Now to pick which print you want to analyze. Let's do this one. Beautiful. Okay, looking good. Next to dry the plaster. Yep. Woo, this is the longest part by far. Yep. Drying plaster. Yummy, yummy. Okay, let's take out the mold. Oh. Yes, that's a good one. Now the ink. Alright, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's take our print. Ready? Here goes. Oh, interesting.
Huh? That's a funny shoe print. Is that even a shoe?
Strange. Okay, I'll be right there. Yeah, it is. That's actually crazy. Yeah, I'll be there 1 sec. I'll be out 1 second. I'm just trying to. Just 1 second. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go. I have something I gotta go do right now. So we're gonna end up for now, but I'll be back later today. So I'm gonna send you all on a raid. So sorry to end super early, but I gotta go. Be back soon. Bye for now. See y'all later.